looked at the round process we're currently doing, and a lot of it was really saying, is it out of date? Are we doing something that it has become almost archaic? Is there a better way we can do it?
We kind of like ripped up the rule book when it came to rounds. We started from scratch and tried to do things very differently than we had done before. Currently, where it stands, I think one of the biggest differences is we've pared down the number of people who are involved in rounds down to the basics of who really needs to be there to be a part of the child's care.
I think one of the biggest challenges with the rounds process is the number of people involved, and that created a sense of like uncertainty for certain people to feel comfortable speaking up because they felt like they were speaking into an audience. And so one of the things that we're looking at is scaling it down so that just the core team are participating in rounds.
I think it's important because rounds is where we make the plan for the day, and it helps keep everybody on the same page.
For me, because I recently joined the ICU team here, so I was really coming in with fresh eyes. I had known that what their round process had been in bits and pieces before when I had been in the unit, but I got a fresh look at it over the last kind of 8 months before we started this process. And for me, I think the best thing that we can look at in changing is making the rounds come into the room with the patient, because there's quite a bit of space now with the single family unit rooms, and so it's a nice opportunity to try and take rounds into the patient so we can actually see them, which I think is very beneficial.
I'm one of the educators on the unit, so my main role of the project was just to provide a sort of a nurse opinion, nurse expertise and scope in what we do. And then also really looking at the project from an educational lens. So if any processes were changing, how would I integrate that into an education plan?
I love being involved in process improvement and anything that is related to patient safety, which is pretty much anything. And so any opportunity to improve our daily processes, I'm always interested in.
I think communication at the end of the day was the thing we needed to improve. I think it was a lot of information is being shared, but whether it was being heard and used the way we wanted it to be used. So it was almost like a reorganization of how we communicate so that the information was used in a better fashion to better the care.